All right, we're back again with another episode of the Half-Hour Huddle. This week we have former Florida running back and national champion, Chris Rainey. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm great. You?
Good. Making it through, like you were saying, healthy, making it through all this quarantine stuff. Just ready to, start transitioning back to whatever post-life of quarantine can look like.
Tell me about it. I can't even play basketball no more. I used to play basketball That's why for my running and conditioning throughout the whole off season, I play basketball every day.
That's a good way to stay in condition. You get a lot.
That's my only condition I do.
That's a great way to stay in shape. So after Florida, you're currently playing in Canada. What's that like right now? I mean, obviously not playing, but like, what's it been like the last couple of years for you?
It's amazing because that field is humongous.
I've seen it on TV.
People with speed with that kind of field, and you can juke too. Oh, that's a dream come true right there.
So I want to talk about your time at Florida. You obviously played on some really good teams down there in Florida. You played under legendary coach Urban Meyer. Your freshman year, you guys won a national championship. You win another national championship. What was it like your first year there, being a freshman right into college football, where you guys, actually you're coming off a national championship, am I correct?
Coming off.
So what was it like coming onto a team that just came off a national championship?
Oh, you already know what to expect. That's what you went to the school for, to win that's the championship, but you got to have the players to do so. That's like freshmen all around, like, because when I say I committed to Florida my sophomore year, I was going by myself. All the other guys were going that went to school with me. All the other guys were going to Florida State.
Okay.
So I set up a meeting, we talked, and so they end up going with me because if we split up, it ain't going to be the same. And nobody ain't going to win the championship either. So you need the players that's freshmen that know how to win and all that kind of stuff. So you know how Florida have the Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I met all the other guys like Aaron Hernandez, Joe Hayton, Major Wright. Who else? Missing. Dunlap. Did I say Cam Newton already?
Didn't, but you guys, I was looking at your roster yesterday when I was kind of looking through that, thinking just how talented this team was. I think people forget how good they were because obviously Tim Tebow was a phenomenal player, like won a Heisman, runner, was in the ceremony a bunch of times, national championship. Can you kind of talk about what it was like to have Tim Tebow as your quarterback?
Well, yeah, he all right. That's all everybody's gonna say that play with him because it was all about Tebow and just like I said, he wasn't no 100% pass rater and all that kind of stuff, but he is a hard worker and he is a good leader. Other than that, that's all I can say about him.
Yeah, I actually saw one of his speeches pop up recently. It felt like that when he spoke, the camera was on him. It felt like a lot of times.
Oh, like I said, all the guys that played feel the same way. Feel the same way about him. We don't talk much about him.
Fair. So your 08 team, you guys win a national championship. What was the chemistry like on your team? Because like we talked about, the guys that you were on the team, you had the Aaron Hernandez, the Joe Haydens, the Major Wrights, the Brandon Spikes, the Cam Newtons of the world. You guys, the talent just keeps going down the list. Like, what was it like in the locker room that year?
You know how you have a real brother, like if you have a brother at home or a sister, the same kind of chemistry. It's like, I'm talking about identical. We did everything together. Club, swimming, basketball, football, everything you can possibly do, that's what we did together, even in the locker room, all that kind of stuff. If you got in a fight, you go fight in the locker room and then shake hands afterwards, dancing together. Man, it was ridiculous. We all us ride the scooters together, everything.
So the 2008 season, early on, you guys take that loss to Ole Miss. It felt like after that, you guys were on a mission.
No, anybody gonna lose. They have 8 turnovers in the game. I don't care how good you are. If you got 8 turnovers, even though we still almost won and almost went in overtime, but 8 turnovers not acceptable. You have 8 turnovers in any game, you losing.
If you guys, like you said, you lose by 1 point, you nearly still win that game. But the entire year, you were just running over teams. You're playing Miami, you beat them by 23. You play Georgia, you beat them by 39. You play South Carolina, you beat them by 50.
I don't care. We supposed to be undefeated that year. I don't care. It just so happened because it just say, hey, I don't care how good you are, how low rank you are, you can still lose with turnovers or whatever. And that just showed us, hey, we are not a robot. So
You think that loss helped you guys focus more to make sure that you were dominant the rest of the year?
no, we just knew how good we are. It just, hey, end of the day, if you slack, you're gonna lose. That's all, because they keep making the video Tebow did the speech. Oh, that's why we won. No way.
You guys were
Not
incredibly
even close.
that year.
We had all the players that's possible to win the championship. That's it. Ain't no speech gonna help you win. It don't have arms, it don't have feet.
So talk about your career at Florida. You had what would be considered a pretty successful career. You finished with over 2,000 yards, nearly 2,500 yards in your career. What was it like to play at Florida?
Dream come true. Just like I said, I committed my sophomore year. I'm not like all these high schoolers just doing all this crazy stuff to commit to them college when it's just pick a hat or just pick a school. It ain't that difficult. Like, it just makes me mad when I see that kind of stuff. Hey, I committed my sophomore year. I already knew I was going. That was a dream come true. And in the day, hey, my goal was to come in, play, and win the championship. So
What went into your decision? So you said you committed your sophomore year. What went into your decision to commit so early?
I already knew I was going. That's the school I've been wanting to go to all my life. So, because I played with the Lakeland Gators, so I was back at home and all that stuff. So, and I love alligators, period. So, they just savage. Nobody can mess with them because they don't play no games for no one.
So you played under Urban Meyer. He's obviously a pretty legendary head coach. What was it like to have him as your head coach?
So, like a second dad to me. That's how he treated me. Come over every Wednesday. Miss Shelley cook spaghetti for me, hang with the kids, all that kind of stuff. Just like I said, he was the second dad to me because my dad was in prison most of my life. So
you really touched on that family atmosphere. It sounds like that was one of the reasons why you guys were so successful in your career there, because it wasn't just a team. It was, I know people talk about, being brothers, but it really sounds like that was really what your culture was.
yeah, Urban Meyer, family come first.
And it seems like he's preached that his entire career, whether he was at Utah, Florida, Ohio State, Bowling Green. It seems like he's always been about that family culture.
Yep. It's this the order. Family first, special team second.
Yeah, I can kind of already hear him talking about that now on Fox, like when he does the Saturday games.
He wouldn't know. When I say that's the best special team coach I ever been around that don't play no games. Like, he took that very serious. If you didn't have dirt or pebbles from the turf coming up out your feet when you start, boy, you was in a world of trouble.
So did you play on special teams?
Oh, all special teams, all my life. All my life. When you go to a good high school, they teach you all that stuff early age.
So then Urban Meyer put you on special teams then too?
No, I was doing that in high school.
Oh, okay.
And Pop Warner. So when you play at Florida, play in Florida, period, for sports, you learn from an early age. That's why most of the guys that play in high school, they want to check their birth certificate and this and that and all that kind of stuff. Cause we just learn early, and we know what to expect and take what it takes.
So, how much are you keeping up with what Dan Mullen is doing now at Florida?
I don't need to check on it because he's my OC in college, so I already know what he could do. Only thing Florida's missing is just speed. That's all they're missing.
So, last year it felt like they took a real step forward. Even though Felipe Franks went down, it feels like Kyle Trask played pretty well. It feels like they've got some good guys on the outside, some receivers in there, some running backs. Seems like the offense is really coming together on that Florida team. What do you think of it?
Just like I said, we just missing speed. The speed that we had, you ain't gonna have speed that we have, but you gonna get something.
Yeah, you guys had Jeff Demps, who ended up running in the Olympics, so obviously he was pretty fast.
Yep.
I don't know if
you ain't gonna find everybody like that.
I don't know if
need some
them sitting around.
You said what?
I don't know if they have too many people that are Olympic fast sitting around that they can get on their roster.
No, but you got a lot of guys that run 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. Because when I said we were stacked with 4.2s on our team at that time.
So what do you think is the outlook for Florida this year? Like, what do you think what do you project them to do? Do you think they'll win the SEC? Like, what do you think that they're capable of this season?
Hold on, say that one more time.
What do you think Florida is capable for this season? Do you think they're going to win the SEC? Like, do you think they're a 10-2 team? Like, how do you think that they're going to do this fall?
Oh no, you expect them to win the SEC all the time, every year. That's the number one goal first. Win your division, win the SEC championship, and because they do that playoff jump. So you just got to make it there, and then the rest is history.
So a couple more questions, I'll let you get out of here. I kind of want to touch back on your college career here. Like we talked about, you had a lot of really good guys on your team. Who were 2 of the 3 best players you ever thought you played with?
So the best players that I played with on that team. Percy Harvin.
Okay.
Brandon Spice.
Okay.
Carlo Dunlap. Major Wright. Ahmad Black. Janoris Jenkins. Who am missing? And the whole offensive lineman. And Lewis Murphy and Brandon James.
Were the Pouncey brothers on your offensive line at that point? Were the Pounceys on your?
Yeah, the whole offensive line. Yep. Marcus Gilbert, all that. Carl, all that.
They were open holes for you
James
guys.
Wilson. It ain't no 2 or 3. It's more to it. Joe Hickman, you got all them guys, man. It's just.
So, who's the best player or best couple players you ever thought you played against?
Played against?
Yeah.
Play against. The best player I played against. Best player I played against. I don't think I have one. Cause all the best player people think that's good. Shit, I did all of them. So, yeah.
How about the best player in practice then that you went against?
It's hard, man. Cause if you saw me at practice, you need to ask all the defensive players. They did not like me at practice. All defense players on every team I played on all my life, they do not like me at practice.
That's understandable. You had some speed and you were elusive, so I can see why they wouldn't want to.
It ain't about no speed. The juking. I'm trying to. Cause if you make me mad, see me in Florida. Tell you this story. Cause defense, like in college, guys like to talk trash, this and that, and all that kind of stuff. So the whole defense kept talking trash. So I said, y'all keep messing with me. I got something for y'all. So they kept bothering me. So I got a piece of paper, wrote each of their names and number on a piece of paper. And I said, I'm going to do y'all one by one. And before you know it, I did on one play on all, the whole list. I did on one play.
Just straight up embarrassing your own defense.
Oh, you don't believe me? Ask them. Ask anybody.
If I get any of them, I'll have to make sure I ask them about that.
I got some numbers too, if you want to call them.
Hey, I might be reaching out for those. So I know that you said you committed early, you went to Florida. Was there any other schools that piqued your interest that you might have even considered potentially going to?
No. I ain't even look at no other schools. I want to open one letter. Out of all the letters, only letter I didn't get was Texas Longhorn, because at that time they're recruiting in the same state. But on the open one letter, and the first letter I ever got was Florida.
And you were just like done, ready to go.
I already knew where I was going, so it just so happened the first letter was Florida, and the dream team, and yeah. I ain't open up another letter. I ain't think about no other school. I ain't look at no other school. I ain't take no other visits. I ain't even take a visit to Florida. I just went every weekend. Like, soon as I got there on my Friday night game, I drove to Gainesville and stayed at my friends and went to the games since my whole rest of my high school career.
Nice. So you were absolutely destined there. There was no second thought in your head.
I felt like I was going to school for 8 years.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you joining us today, Chris. Appreciate you doing this, and best of luck with the rest of this, and hopefully, you get your season up and running.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, Chris.
Yes, sir. You too.